Oh my god. Coughing, I'm like smoke anymore. Damn it. Oh, I love when that happens. What is my fellow text reading for the second time nights? It is your dude. I fucking stopped smoking forever a few days ago, and I still got smoker's cup. Okay, Paladin here. If anybody doesn't know, since about age 13, 14, I've been smoking the marijuana. And so, a few days ago, for just a multitude of reasons, I may never go into all of them, but just know I want to be happier, healthier with stuff. And that's not as a blanking statement on people who smoke like that. It's just, I know. And be like, well, you know, but you still, shut up. But here's the thing after fucking 22 years of doing that, I was like, there's a lot of things wrong with this. I mean, I have the kitten in the room, and smoking around her is clearly going to affect her, and I can tell. And I've had her for half a year, and it's just not okay. And for her, because I hear her like breathing nowadays, and I'm like, no, that's not okay. I hear a little bit of struggle in her breathing, and that's because of me. And the sober thing, it's kind of sobering that what I was currently doing is what killed my mom in front of me. She had COPD and everything. She passed away. There's a video on the channel as a tribute to her. I have talked about my mom a few times, but not too much, because my YouTube channel is not really a platform to talk about my life just in general. Of course, I've talked about myself and my life several times over the course of the last 5 going on 6 years of me doing this, but it's more of like, I don't use this as a place to just talk about whatever is happening to me all the times and everything I went through and stuff like that. That's not really, I'm not like a vlogger or anything. I don't want to talk about my daily life and stuff like this. I want to get on here. I want to play a game because it makes me happy and hopefully it entertains you. I just have a formulaic thing over the last years of me just doing that. You will sporadically hear me talk about things and whatnots of me and my life and everything, but I won't really delve into details. I do a lot of talking at the end of episodes about shit going on, but this isn't really what this channel is for, and probably will never be what this channel is for. I'm just not that type of person to make my life content, like talk about it, and you just it become part of my content. It's just probably never will be a part of what this is. So I decided to quit smoking, and it has been really rough on my body. I guess I'm going through what would be essentially detoxing soon, or currently. I don't know how this works. I feel like shit most of the time because my body is just trash, and my job just annihilates me. Um, so it's just daily life takes its toll on me. I'm a diabetic and stuff. I haven't really talked about my health issues or anything either, and it's like I don't wanna. I don't wanna also use them as an excuse for anything. There are some people that do that. They're like, "Woe is me! I have this condition." It explains a lot of shit, and I just retroactively talk about how it was. Oh, that explains why it was this or that. I've never really. Obviously, a lot of my medical conditions, like my bipolar, my depression, my ADHD, my diabetes, all that shit. It takes its toll on me, obviously. It does, to the point where I've been told that it's not so good. But I don't take any meds or anything like that. I just don't. I've always been a person ever since I was like in my late teens, maybe early 20s, where I just cut myself off of all my medication that I should have been taking, and it's not good. But I just don't do that. I just don't talk to you guys about that. I just won't. So, what it is I just didn't want to smoke anymore. It just became annoying, just something I was doing. I couldn't even tell the difference between smokes and everything. It was just something that I had been doing for over 20 years on pretty much a daily basis, almost all day, every day sometimes. Never when I would go to work or anything like that. I want to be on my game if I'm doing that, because work is very, very, very important to me. I never go in there anything under sober. Like, no, never, not once. have I done that like a job going in? I'm not saying that there hasn't been such stressful times like I got called into work in the middle of the fucking night because the night dude didn't show up and I was in the middle of fucking sleeping and I hadn't eaten in 13 hours and I had to get to the job right away. And the only way to settle my stomach was to smoke. That's what I did. That was a rare occasion. I never work in any condition, and I never dealt with anything other than weed, basically. And I had no desire to. I have no desire to. I don't want to. I was never really a drinker or anything. I just did that, and I did a lot with my mom and everything. And it was some of the most special times we ever spent together. So never will I ever say it was wasted time or I shouldn't have done that or anything. It was clearly like bonding shit with my mom and we would do it together. Obviously, you could say that we could have done it without that, but that's just what we were doing. And kiss my ass. You ever talk negatively about my mom, we have a fucking problem. Because while she didn't make the best decisions and what decisions she did make kind of ripped her away from me and my sister, which is just something I will forever be pissed off at her about. It just, she left us because of her vice. And it's like, there's so many things for the last while I've been just contemplating it over and over again. And so I finally, did it. I was like, no, I'm tired of this. I don't want to spend any more money on this. I don't want to do this. It's become horrible for me. I'm not doing it. I'm coughing up shit that looks like it was scraped off Swamp Thing's ass. I'm like, I just can't do this anymore. I don't want to. I'm 36. If I quit, I have fucking 50 years, hopefully, of my life to just have my body detox from this, get all that stuff out, and just live a life that's not that. Oh my God. I get it. We're actually in the game now, and now the fucking PlayStation's like... So... there's just a multiple reasons. My health was clearly being affected by it. I had done it too long. I was getting smoker's cough. I was having trouble breathing. Everything was just so... I needed to stop for myself and for my future. Because I plan on having a family one day. I plan on starting a family. I wanna. And I will not do what my mom did to me. To them. Being like, my vice is more important than me living for you guys. Never. I just weighed my options and just knew what I wanted to do, and it was a huge decision in my life. 23 years of my life was dedicated to that. Not bashing it. I never will. I don't care. Some of my best times in my entire life are associated with smoking. And it is partly the smoking that was doing it. You can't say, oh, this situation would have been the same. No, it's not. But that's essentially what it is. Like I said, there's a Santa Claus wish list worth of reasons why I did this. And it's for the betterment of myself. So I don't care about your opinion. Like, I just don't. You do what's for you, and this may come off as aggressive, but I want to make this very clear. I don't care about your opinion about my past, my present, my whatever. I just don't care. And I won't. And you screaming at me about it will not make me care, or calling me whatever. And those who associate with me and understand everything, I appreciate that. It is what it is. Whatever. But it's just a few days ago I stopped, and I've had this weird combination of very high highs and very, like, tanking energy and everything. And I've noticed a difference in my energy level, how I'm speaking, how quick I am on the ball and everything. It really feels like doing this might make me a better version of myself, if that makes sense. And especially for the content of the channel. I do tend to blabber on like this, but this is a very important subject to me, and I will take the first part of this episode to talk about it, because I don't really plan on talking about it again. And if you left, I understand, because this is very wordy, but it's something I need to talk about, and I didn't want to talk about it at the end because I was thinking about it currently. And the coughing, I'm like, I still have a little bit of smoker's cough, but that'll fade. I also never go to the doctor, so I don't know what's actually wrong with me, because I'm an idiot. There, you can scream at me about that. That's perfectly fine. I know I'm a dumbass for not getting regular medical checkups and stuff like that. That is on me. Go ahead. I know how dumb that is. That one I'll take on and be like, yeah, you have a good valid point, and thank you. Unless you're being a complete and utter dick, and then, once again, fuck yourself. I don't care about your opinion. But that's how it is right now. I quit. I'm feeling better, and I just have my highs where I'm like on the ball and I'm snappy with my comebacks and my jokes and everything at work and everything, and it just felt really good. But the second all that energy ran out, I was just down. Like my stomach was queasy, my head was pounding. It felt like someone was crushing the bones in my face. It was just horrible. Last night was really bad. But the night before it was even fucking worse. Like I felt like someone stabbed me in my chest and then did the Isaac Clarke stomp onto my chest after that. It was horrible. I could not really walk home because I walk back and forth to work. I could not really walk home and know that I would be able to make it without something bad happening to my body. I'm a tough motherfucker. I don't care. You work me as hard as you can. You do whatever. You throw everything you can at me, and I will survive and get stronger through it. I don't care. But there are certain times when I know my limits, and I do not want to push them for irreversible might happen, you know, because I'm not fucking that stupid. I just could not walk home. Someone I was working with luckily offered me a ride. I do not ask for that kind of stuff because, once again, I'm trying to be independent. I want to do shit on my own. Challenges in life are what makes it worth living. If you have a incredibly easy life, good, but that's not the one I want. There could be a multitude of things that can like affect you mentally, whatever. And this is not for all people. But the easiest life is also the least fulfilling sometimes. So I like challenges. So I just push myself as hard as I can in work and life, with the channel, everything. You guys have seen with the uploads. I'm dealing with this. I'm dealing with work. I'm dealing with everything in my life, and I'm just trying to go. So that's what it is. Like, that's essentially what this is. I'm just doing this step to myself. I was using my mom's pipe and her tray and everything. So it legitimately made me sad to know this was my last smoke. Tap it out on the tray, clean everything up, and put it away. That honestly made me, tear. Like, oh, so I put my hand on it as I was putting it away, the tray and everything, and I was like, this was a big part of my life, especially with my mom, and that's what hit me hardest because my mom is gone, and there's very few things that I do now that associate what we used to do or associate with her. I don't watch soap operas anymore. The only wrestling content videos and stuff like that, either through WWE's YouTube or Walt Culture Wrestling and stuff like that, WrestleMania, stuff like that, Botchamania, shit like that. So I also don't watch football. I barely watched football when I was younger, but I just picked a team, Patriots, and just went, ooh, them. And everybody else was hardcore fans. So I'm like, I really don't care about a lot of this shit. I have never been a sports guy. It's not to say that I won't meet somebody that it makes me enthusiastic about it, makes me want to watch it, and we could share that experience together. But now I just don't care. Super Bowl was, I think, today. Maybe the Super Bowl is today, or maybe next Sunday. I don't really know, because it's Sunday when I'm recording. It's my first day off in a long time because of schedule shifting, because someone left for over a month, like a month and a half, to deal with family stuff. It's not my fucking... I'm not telling you about it. It's not mine to tell. Just know that someone from work left for family issues, and they were gone for over a month. So I had to get my shit switched around. So instead of working like a maximum of 2 hard days in a row, I was working 3. And it was just the toll, especially because this person who worked there was like the guy's been there for 8 years, and he knows what he's doing, and he does it well, and he helps us out so much, and he's like, it does his job so fucking well. Like, I admire that dude always. He's such a hard worker and everything. So when he left, and then we had people that didn't show up and half-ass their job, and people half the night in the bathroom for whatever related medical issues they have and stuff like that, and partly just because they don't care. I like the person, but I don't really like what they do, kind of situation. But there's that, and it's been very hard on me, and so I finally got my day off after those 3 hard days. It's only been what time is it? I have been home for 11 hours, maybe something like that. Less than 11 hours, 10 and a half, and because it's 4 o'clock, and I get home around 5:30 a.m. and it's p.m. So, yeah, I did not feel well. She gave me a ride home, and I got out of the car and I started walking towards my front steps, and my whole body was like, "You're gonna puke now." And I started dry heaving, and it took me a minute of standing still and just dry heaving and be able to take a step forward. I was like, "This is gonna be horrible, man," but it is what happened. So there's that, and I'm just done, and I'm happier for it. Like, honestly, I could feel it. I don't know. Honestly, I could feel a bit of a change, and I like it. I like it a lot. I like that I'm snappy. I like stuff. It may change, whatever, but it may not be an all encompassing kind of thing that happens. But so far, I felt a difference, and I really like it. I really like it. I just wanted to quit, and I'm just so happy I did. And now I can be with you guys on a more. Also, I didn't smoke for every fucking recording I did. I have almost 1,500 fucking videos on here. I did not smoke every time. Trust and believe. I was not always high. So let's see what happens. I will never go back, by the way. Never want to, never did. I smoked cigarettes from age 8 to 21, 22-ish, and then I quit cold turkey and just never looked back. It's been 15 fucking years since then. There were no cravings initially, no nothing. I don't even have cravings for the smoke anymore, like the high. It's more of like, it was such an integral part. I know I fucked up. It's such a part of my life for over 2 decades that it's just my mind and my body doesn't know what to do with that extra time or me not doing that. My mind automatically goes to get home, smoke, eat, smoke, take a shower, smoke, record content, smoke, watch YouTube videos, smoke, watch other thing, smoke, hang out, just smoke, and it was smoke, and it was smoke, and now my body and my brain doesn't know what to do because I'm not doing those things, and it's been a weird adjustment over the last 3 days. I quit on a Thursday at 7 a.m., and now it's on a Sunday, and it's 4 p.m., so it's just I like it. It's gonna be rough, but I know that I can get through it. People are like, "Man, you're gonna be going through a lot." I don't care what my body goes through. I don't care what I have to go through to get to the other side because I know there is an other side. Whatever hardships I have to go through to get there, I am perfectly fine with and accepted from day one of me deciding to do this. So I just do. I don't care. I just want to just do this and be on the other side and it'll be all right. Like I said, I'm doing this for myself and the others around me and for the people in my future that will look at this as something part of my past, not as something as part of my future that did that. And you would think I would have learned after it took my mom from me right in front of my own face. Like, she took her last breath right in front of me, and it was because she couldn't breathe because she had COPD because of smoking for fucking 40 years, 40 something years, almost 50 fucking years of her life. She did that between cigarettes and weed and everything, and she drank and did drugs when she was younger and everything. And it's just, it took me 5 years almost 5 years because she passed in 2018 roughly. During the first few months, it was definitely before my birthday in June. And don't come at me saying you don't exactly know the day. I try not to think about my mom's death date. Okay, kiss my ass. So it took me almost 5 years to get to this point, and I needed to. I can't believe it took me this long after that. I was such an idiot. But I will not do that. I will not do that. I will not sacrifice my future for something like that. It's just... there's also a thing where I just binge a bunch of stuff at the end, and I just wanted to say goodbye to my mom, basically, because, like I said, this was one of the last things linking us together, one of the last things we did, and memories and everything. And it was a huge part of my life I was shelving away, especially because it was associated with my mom, and it just slowly been closing out things that and it felt horrible. It was like I was saying goodbye and I was shoving something away of hers again, and it made me sad. A single tear rolled down my face when I went to close that drawer with that fucking tray and everything in there. It truly, truly made me sad. And this is going to be its own video, by the way, because once again, I've made a video that I'm clearly talking about something specific, and this is just eating into an episode of Gameplays time. So this is what we're going to do again. I'm going to make another episode where I decide to talk about this kind of shit, and it's just going to be its own thing. I know, but once I realized how long this conversation was going to be, it needed to be its own video, okay? And I appreciate you guys watching this. Like, thank you so much for sticking around. It's just, I did a bunch of stuff at the end, and this is why if I am ever in a financial situation where I can do this, I would love to, like, get on Cameo and, like, give a thank you to Aaron and especially Dan. And I say especially Dan because of what I'm about to say. I love both of them. I love the Grumps as a whole. They're this weird mix of, wow, you hear a lot of shit about them, and it's like, but they're, I see what I see, and I take it at face value, and I love them. Because with anybody on the internet, they're going to be like, did you know that this person did this thing or said this thing? And overall, and you're like, okay, you're trying to paint them as a horrible human being, but I just don't see that, and I never will see that. I don't look at controversy and stuff like that and be like, oh, I'll condemn them to the world. I mean, some people definitely should be. They should be fucking, every bad thing should happen to them in life, but I don't see them as that. I just hear the shit that happens and whatever. I'm getting off track. I don't care. They feel like good-hearted people, especially when they just talk to you through cameos and stuff, because honestly, I did YouTube some of the cameos because with Aaron's, he does have some of the cameos up there for everybody to see. With Dan's, it's not so much, and it feels kind of bad doing this because it's like, this is stuff people paid for, but they posted it to their YouTube channel. They paid for it and they posted it there. I don't know if that's supposed to be a thing that you're allowed to do, but Dan's cameo is so bare bones with information about it, and trust me, he probably does that for a reason. His reasons are his own. I do not care. I do not care about that. I love that man to death. Whatever is whatever. But this is why I'm saying this. If I'm ever flush with cash, I like to thank him, give him a short message, something like that, because I don't know, I just really need to, because specifically, like I'm talking about Dan, because as much as, God, that makes me sound like an ass. As much as I like this other person, I like this person better. And it's like, whatever, you have a more emotional attachment to a certain person than another person. It is what it fucking is. I cannot be like, oh, they're equal. I love them both, but it's clearly like there are reasons why Danny is a little closer to my heart. It just his general nature and everything. It's okay. It's okay. I do not know them outside of this. I have not interacted with them, whatever. It's very clear that I love them both. So suck my dick if you think different. But it is like a little more personal with Danny because I would like to thank him because Ninja Sex Party's cover, Under the Covers 2, go check this out. They have done a cover of Africa, and it was so visually appealing, and his voice is so beautiful in it and so powerful, and it was amazingly directed by Tucker. Trust me, if I ever have the chance to thank Brian and Danny and the actors in there and Tucker for directing and everything, if I ever have a chance to personally thank them, I will, with like heartfelt thanks, probably tears in my eyes, because that's exactly what happened. It was one of the very first things, if not the very first thing, that happened after my mom passed that just made me feel anything. Like any emotion whatsoever. It made me feel sadness. It made me feel happy. A lot of stuff. There was also the Uncharted fan kind of, like the Uncharted movie, like with the cast and stuff like that in their like live action versions and stuff, with Nathan Fillion being Drake, which is something that people wanted for an absurdly long time because they're so awesome and so like each other. That was an amazing thing. That once made me feel something because it made me sad because I know how much my mom likes Nathan Fillion, that she never got to see that. It was within a month, couple months, something like that after she was gone. And I was like, fuck, she would have loved this. So that made me feel something. But watching Africa by them, their cover of it was just, it hit me. Like, it made me happy. It made me sad. It made me amazed. It made me feel something at literally anything after she was gone that wasn't like pure depression and just sadness, because y'all don't understand, after she passed, people were probably at the place after these fucking soulless companies came and took everything of hers that was medical related away, and then whatever, these people are getting paid for that shit. Clearly they're not happy about it, and if they are, fuck you. No one should be happy to rip away stuff from people after their loved one just fucking died. Never. And if you are like that, you're a soulless cunt. But I had to watch as they did that. And then everybody, the few people that were legitimately attached to her, just left. And I was in there by myself. And that's when I recorded that Revelations 2 video, which is another reason why, if I ever get to thank certain cast members and everything from the Resident Evil remakes and stuff, and Revelations 2, I will, because those games are incredibly important to me because they helped me through some very tough times. Go watch those videos. Go watch Resident Evil 3 remake, like the second playthrough when my sister went into the hospital. Go watch the Revelations 2, like, first playthrough, like, partway through, whatever. It's the Claire Ragdoll Redfield episode. That is one of my more popular videos, apparently, and I like that because I get it's a video associated with my mom. It's a very important video to me, which is why I'm kind of happy it's higher up in the views and everything. Obviously some stuff is overshadowing it now, but it is what it is. So honestly, when I watched that, it was one thing that I had to watch during my last smoke. I just, it had to be something I just did, okay? And so I watched it again, and I'm watching this, and I'm slowly getting really incredibly emotional again, because once again, I'm like saying bye to my mom again because of this stuff. And it just, the one line that hit me very hard was, I'm going to take the time to do the things that we never had. And I was like, this is a personal thing because our whole family has been poor forever. Like lower end poor. Like, mom struggled at all times for like at least a year. Our meals consisted of shitty off-brand cereal in the morning, chip chop ham sandwiches in the afternoon, and Salisbury steak or microwave dinners in the night. And that went on for months, if not straight up a year. It got to the point where I was sick of Salisbury steak, to the point where I looked at it and went, ugh. And that's just what it was. But we always made it through. Mom always provided whatever she could for us, worked her ass off to the point where she couldn't even work anymore, and everything. So it's just like, it was like I'm saying that personally to my mom. It's like, we didn't have much, but because you got me to where I'm at and helped me with what you did, and just were the loving, awesome mom that you were, that I'm going to do better with my life than you would have ever imagined and wanted for me, just because I know that would truly make her happy to see me just thrive and flourish. And for me to go, I'm going to take the time that we never had to do things because of financial situations, time limitations, stuff like that. I'm going to take the time to do the things that we never had and never could do and everything. This is my interpretation of the line to myself. Whatever it is whatever it is. But this is what it means to me. And it was like, take the time to do the things we never could. Me and my mom and my sister never could because of all those things that I said. And it just hit me the hardest that emotion has ever gut punched me in a long time, and just the tears came down. I'm watching this very emotional video where I just love everybody there and I appreciate everybody. Then that line fucking hits me. I cannot think about, no, I'm going to build my future. I'm going to make myself the best version that I can of myself. And I'm just going to do the exploration, the enjoyment of the world, everything that we couldn't do because of how we were, and everything my mom wasn't able to do because she was taking care of us. So, I have been talking for a half an hour. I knew that was eventually going to happen, but dude, this video is what it is. It's coming out. I don't care how long this fucking video is. Because it's a point I'm making. And like I said, this is going to be its own episode. It's not going to be involved in this playlist or whatever. So I just wanted to thank them. Literally, if I never talked to them, like I said, I would love to do a cameo and just thank the shit out of them at whatever price it would be. I don't care. Their self-worth is what, yeah, I will never bitch about anything. I'm just not financially flush enough to do that kind of stuff. And there's like a letter limit and stuff. It's just, yeah, I could definitely do that. I would have to think long and hard of it and critique that over and over again, but I would eventually do it. I would love to, especially sending that love to Dan because of specifically Africa. Like it meant everything to me to hear that and think about that and go, yes, I'm going to do this because I'm going to make sure that my life and my future children and everything lives is going to be the best they ever had. And I want to make sure, and it's okay to struggle. It's okay to do what my mom did. It's okay. But it's more of like, I'm going to do the things that we never could fucking do because I owe it to myself and I owe it to her. Okay? I owe it to us to fucking be the best version and get the most out of my life. Because she sacrificed so much for me to get to where I'm fucking at right now, and I'll be damned if I let that go to waste. So I quit smoking. That was a half an hour, essentially. It was like, oh, I quit smoking 3 days ago, and I feel great / horrible. But, you know, I've still got a little bit of a smoker's cough and everything. It'll take time for my body to adjust and get rid of all that crap. So I look at it as an awesome future ahead of me. So, guys, thank you so much for watching me blather for over a half an hour about something that is one of the most important shifts in my entire life. So, do I actually? Am I really sorry? No, I'm not sorry, but you watched the video to the end, and I love you. Thank you so much for listening. Oh, I'm just so happy, man. These views are kind of tanking on this series, but I cannot stop playing it. So we're going to keep playing this. I do really need to switch it up because I was getting like double-digit views and more up until now, and they just kind of been going down again. And I'm like, oh god, I also gained a subscriber and lost one, and then I really got to be careful with my content, but I just cannot stop playing this fucking game. Like, seriously. We have 2 chapters left, and we'll do that in the actual episode of the fucking game. But as for now, thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. Never, ever forget that. Do the things. Like, if you're struggling on a fence about something, like I said, well, this was something associated with my past and my mom, and it's very close to me, and I don't want to stop doing this because it'd be like a detachment from us and might feel disrespectful because I was using her stuff, and I told her I would always use it and I would smoke, and it would be to honor her, and she gave that stuff to me to do that. Never ever think like that. If you have an idea in your head about what you want to further your life in and what's best for you and everything like that, never let anything stop you. Ever. You can take that and take it as what it is for, like, yeah, I understand how it's going to feel and how you think it's going to be and everything, but you have to do it. Like, this was a big decision for me, but it's for my future. It's for my future's future, and it was worth it, and I will never regret it, and I will never go back. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. Never, ever forget that. I want to make that very clear. I don't know who you are. I don't know where you come from. I don't know anything about you. But thank you so much for watching. If nobody else says this to you, let it be known. And you can say, I don't understand how you do this. I don't understand either. It's just how I feel, and I'll be damned if I don't express it. When the guy came back from after a month and a half, I gave him a handshake, like a hard, manly handshake, whatever. Fucking. And then I was like, no. And I pulled him in, and I gave that man a hug because not only did I miss him, but he's an integral part of the team, and I like the guy. Just on a personal level. And never be afraid to tell people you love them either, because it's so stupid. Stereotypes and fucking suppressing feelings and not saying shit if you feel it is fucking stupid. That is why I tell you guys I love you, because I love you. And if no one ever says that to you, let it be known that I do. And you can be confused about it all you want, and you can't understand it, but that's okay. I love you. And whatever you're going through, it will get better. Just go. Just make your life the best version it can, please, because you deserve it. And the people around you that care about you want that for you. My circle is very small. I only have a couple people in my life that are like incredibly close to me. I have work friends and stuff, but that's about it. So you tell those people. I've told those people at work, I'm like, I motherfucking love you. I don't care. You're close to me. You've been good to me. Because as much as people like to say the whole world is shit, there is a combination of people who love you and people who are just absolute trash human beings. And you don't need to talk to them people. You don't need to interact them, and you don't need to say everybody's crap. And you don't need to limit yourself on how you feel and how you express it. As long as the other person's comfortable with that. Never ever say or do anything that makes them uncomfortable or is just outright wrong. But let them know. So, guys, once again, like I said, I don't care. If you don't understand, it's just how I feel. You watch my videos, you give me interaction, you do all the things. You watch this video to the end. Are you serious? Do you know how much I love you for that? You listen to a life-changing video of mine, and you sat through it. You watched the whole thing. Are you serious? I love you. Thank you so much for watching, like, everything. Like, guys, I never thought I would be like this. There was an explosion of views on the Budokai 3 series. It was insane. I got 172 views over the last 48 hours on that. Do you think that didn't hit me hard? Do you think I didn't want to tear up? Didn't think that made my heart just be like the Grinch, go boop, 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 boop? Because I have had a lot of setbacks lately, especially with the stopping smoking and the losing a sub and watching the views tank and everything. And then I looked at my analytics, and you could say what you want about audience retention, whatever. I'm not so much caring about that kind of stuff. I mean, it is important, but it's not as important as you guys gave me that chance. You clicked, you gave me that chance, and I'll forever be grateful for that. So, one last fucking time, I needed this kind of boost in confidence and shit. It's been really rough. So, thank you guys so much for watching and just listening. Always. I love you guys. Never, ever, ever forget that. And I will see you fellow knights in the later time. Bye, guys. Take care of yourself and each other, and never forget to tell the ones that you love them. Every fucking chance you get. Even if it annoys them, just do it. Because it's never okay not to tell someone that because you think that you shouldn't. Never. And don't be weird about it. Or people that are fucking weird about it. But don't. Love. This world needs more of it. There's just so much negativity out there that you continue to put the positivity about there. When everybody around you is being negative, you be the positive, damn it. Because the world needs that shit. There's way too much negativity now, especially because of every internet-related social media bullshit that's out there. It's just, there's so much positivity out there, but they tend to glorify and show more of the negativity because that's what pops with people's brains more. Now, a lot of people want to see happiness. They want to see the bullshit that's going on, and it's not okay. So you just put the positivity out there. You be the positive when everyone else being negative. Everyone else is being negative. You be the positive. And just make sure you do that. And if ever you could do that one person at a time, you just pay it forward. Basically, you give kindness to some person and they can give it to kindness to some person, and somehow we could just make the world just a little better place because of that. And it deserves it, because there are some people that see all the negativity out there and it becomes so hard for them that they just can't be here anymore because they can't take it, and that's not okay. So you be the person that takes someone who is just like not okay, and you be the positive in their life and help them with that. You never watch someone go through something very hard and you just brush off and fucking walk away and don't try to help them. Ever. Ever do that shit. You be the positive, damn it. I love you guys. Bye. Whew, that was...